Now I'm going to introduce to Hugo Castellanos. Hugo, most of the people here at least understand two language. I think raise your hands if you understand at least two language. Yeah, woo! We are bien chingones. Woo! Raise your hand if you speak three language. Woo! Yeah, Hugo is one of yours, guys. Hugo is a trilingual software engineer, product marketing, and a podcast person. And he's going to take how to do pay it forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for making the time to be here. I feel so empowered being here in a room of so much energy and a room where I don't have to explain myself. So, buenas noches, good evening, boa noite for the Brazilians in the back. This is a summary of who I am. I'm Venezuelan. I was born and raised in Venezuela, and I came here with my parents when I was 13. That was back in the year 2000. I've been calling the US home for the last 19 years. And this is home. And I'm also from here. So the fact that you don't have to explain yourself, that you have these bicultural roots, that's what makes this place so special. Something about coming from Venezuela is that when I talk with my American friends from the US, I'm too Latino for them. But then when I talk with my American friends or my Latino friends from Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, I'm their gringo friend. So I can't embrace this gringosolano personality that I can have my arepas and I can also listen to country music and be happy. And this is about how do I pay forward, and hopefully you can take some tips on how you can too pay forward. So I'm a volunteer for SHEP, the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. There's some SHEP familia here, I'm sure. Yes. Hey, thank you. And I'm also a podcaster. I have two podcasts, one in Spanish, Conexiones, and I have one in English called Latinos Who Tech, where I collect the stories of our community. And in my free time, I'm a product marketing manager at Intel. That keeps the light on, keeps my landlord happy. But that's all I want to say about myself. I want to tell you about my friend, Carlos. So Carlos, he's originally from Cuba, and he came to the US when he was 13, like me. The difference is that he did it in a raft with his mom. He grew up in a single-parent household in Miami, and he worked bagging groceries, paying for his way through community college. And I met him while at the University of Florida. He was studying computer science. And something that we did at SHEP, we had this mentoring program where they match you with a mentee for one semester. So every Friday for 6 months, we met for lunch. And we talked about where he wanted to go, where he wanted to study. I was in grad school at the time, so he basically was my little brother. And he was great at coding, the technical thing, but he didn't know how to approach recruiters. So I gave him some tips, body language, how to ask open-ended questions. And next thing you know, that summer, he got an internship with Barclays Bank in New York City. So that's all on him. But I like to think that some of the advice helped him out along the way. He went from being in a raft with his mom fighting for his life to being in the capital of financial institutions in the world. Around 2 months ago, Carlos sent me that picture with the Oreo Android garden. Hugo, I have an interview at Google. And now he's a software engineer at Google. So next time that you have lunch with somebody, ask you for some other time, hey, can we grab a coffee? I want to ask some advice from you. Take them in. Make the time to talk to them, because you never know where they might get. So SHEP has been a great part of my life. I made some amazing connections with some smart folks. And what I like to do with podcasting is share those stories. So like my friend Liliana de La Paz, she's the first Latina to get a chemical engineering PhD from Stanford. Elio Morillo and Nicole Gonzalez, two NASA JPL engineers that took PTO, 2 weeks off, after Hurricane Maria happened in Puerto Rico to volunteer. My friends Marcos Ciarroqui and Rafael Chacon that started Code for Venezuela, non-for-profit here in the city to help Venezuelan diaspora around the world. And my best friend, Emily Ann Vargas. She's a National Science Fellow at USC in Material Science. And she also has chronic depression. So what we do here is that I open this floor to make these stories widely known for everyone. And in 1 year, we've grown to 60,000 people that have subscribed and listened to this content. So my hope is to pay forward by sharing these stories, that whatever these people are, you can get there too. So that's my parting advice. All of us have a skill and a space, a community. Techqueria can be one of them. You need to make the time for it, to give back and stick to it. And we all use these tools at work, OKRs, KPIs. Why don't we use it for our personal life too? This month, I want to talk to 4 new people and actually measure it. You'll be amazed what you can accomplish. Thank you.